Tonight we are debating the proposition that religion should have no place in politics and government. Let me state from the outset that I, a garden variety Jewish atheist, wholly concur. It has come to my attention, however, that many of my compatriots do not. Reverend Barry Lynn's organization recently reported that 65% of Americans believe that the founders intended the United States to be a Christian nation. A 2006 study by the Pew Forum observed that 69% of our citizens say that liberals have gone too far in keeping religion out of schools and government. In short, many Americans of good conscience, and I repeat, Americans of good conscience, have rejected the core principles of secularism. For them, considerations of faith must inform our leaders' political deliberations. That, they argue, is what the Founding Fathers wanted. Our inability to respect their wishes, is alleged, has transformed our country into something of a secular apartheid state. Ours has become a nation where the whims of a small elite have supplanted the will of the majority. Now let me be frank. The single most pressing challenge facing American secularism today consists of refuting these beliefs. But the challenge cannot only be waged in the higher courts. Up until recently, the higher courts served as something like the home field of the secular worldview. Instead, we must prevail in the arena of public opinion. For American secularism is facing nothing short of a legitimation crisis. As the statistics cited above indicate, we have yet to convince our fellow citizens of truths that we hold self-evident. Therefore, it is not our task to merely litigate, but to persuade. So in the name of persuasion, here are three very good reasons to adopt tonight's proposition. 1, mixing religion and politics will grant an unfair advantage to one religion. Why is that? In a country where 80% of the population self-identifies as Christian, those who infuse faith into government risk creating some sort of Christian establishment. But here's the rub. Christianity is many things. It is Southern Baptism and Catholicism. It is Mormonism and Methodism. It is Presbyterianism and Pentecostalism. Given how diverse American Christendom actually is, such an establishment will not only alienate religious minorities, non-Christian religious minorities, but most Christians as well. This brings me to a second point. Keeping the public square free of religious considerations has been a boon. I say an absolute boon for people of faith. It keeps Christians, among others, off one another's backs. Moreover, it provides believers of all stripes with the ability to worship the divine in peace and security. Finally, the idea of segregating faith and politics is not antithetical to Christian thought. Instead, it lies at the very heart of the Christian intellectual tradition. We find traces of it in the Bible. We glean hints of it in the writings of Augustine. And isn't it interesting that Pope Benedict recently commented that he found true secularism in Augustine's City of God. If the Holy Father can find something redeeming in secularism, perhaps the concept is actually kosher. We see the same idea engaged in the political philosophy of Martin Luther and John Locke, to name but a few prominent political theorists. The endeavor to keep the public square naked, pornographically, obscenely naked, if you will, is an idea with a Christian genealogy. To conclude, I will proclaim that there is no religious freedom without freedom from religion. The two go hand in hand. It is this idea which I wish to convince you of tonight. Thank you.